everybody. My name is Barry Kessler. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm a real estate agent in Simi Valley, California, and I am making this video for fellow agents. You know, as real estate agents, we are often called upon to do all kinds of crazy things. And as a listing agent, there is one thing that is really important, especially in the state of California, and that is that there needs to be a CO or a carbon monoxide detector or alarm inside of a home when it's sold. And an appraiser, when they're coming to the property, is going to want to get a picture of that installed in place. And if you don't have one of those, that appraiser is going to come back, and they're going to charge you to come back so they can just take that picture of that one carbon monoxide detector in place. And so I'm going to show you what I do. I've made a kit, and it has a carbon monoxide detector. It has smoke alarms in it. I have all of the tools that I need, and I'm going to show you what I have, and then I'm going to show you how to mount them so that when and if that time happens to come around, when you need it in a pinch, you're going to have it. And you're going to save the buyer and the buyer's agent a lot of grief. The buyer might end up having to pay $75 for that redo, and then the buyer's agent has to explain that to the buyer. So tell me what you think about the video, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, so this is my setup that I have in the trunk of my car, just in case I need to meet an appraiser and I might need to put up a CO detector. So this is my CO detector here. I have one of those in the trunk at all times. I have the smoke detector here too. The smoke detector is going to cost you about $6 over at Home Depot, and that CO detector is going to cost you about $18 or $19 plus tax. I have a hammer. I have some wall anchors, some extra wall anchors, just in case I drop one. Each one of these kits has a wall anchor, but if you need one, it's good. I have this screw. It's basically a drywall screw. I use it as a reaming tool, and I also use it as a drill bit. And I'm going to show you how I do that. Again, there's the hammer. I have a drill there. This one happens to have a cord, but cordless ones are better because, well, if there's no electricity in that house for any reason at all, it's totally useless. That tip that I have on there is a Phillips head tip, and I'm going to use that as a little guide. I have a Sharpie, I have an extra screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, I have a little itty bitty little level. You can also use a level that you can download as an app on your phone. And then these are mounting strips, and I'm going to tell you how you can use those in a pinch. I do carry them in my kit just in case. So I'll tell you how to use those, but I'll tell you how to do that last. I keep this bag here and I put all that stuff in it, and then it goes into my trunk. I make sure that I always have a CO detector with me. I have a couple extra. They're not expensive, so it's good to have them. You're going to save yourself a lot of time. You're going to save your clients a lot of agony if you have that stuff in your car. And you don't have to go chasing after the appraiser to come back. If the appraiser comes back, he'll charge you about $75. So here what I like to do is before I get to the house, I open up the CO detector and I install the batteries and I test it and I check it and I make sure that it works. Basically, this particular one here, you open up the back, and here's something to keep it dry. And then we have these wall anchors that I was telling you about. And what else? We have the batteries, and you install them in a certain way. You make sure that the little red things are pushed under the batteries in the correct way, and you make sure that you put them in the right way, in the right direction, and it's pretty simple. Just follow how that works. And there is the back, and we're going to use that as a template We're going to use that to basically put holes in, tell us where the holes in the wall go. So we're going to go over to the house, and once we're at the house, we take off the back. Once again, that's a mounting plate, really, and those are the two holes. You're going to want to go right in the middle of the wall there. I'll show you where it goes later, but now you want to go ahead and take your Sharpie and you want to mark the two spots where the holes are going to go. First of all, let's go ahead and get this level, and we'll just make sure that it is nice and even. Nothing worse than a crooked CO detector. Now let's take that Sharpie and go put a little marquee there and a marquee there. And now the next move, we are going to go ahead and get our drill. And the drill again has got this Phillips head screwdriver tip. And I don't use a drill bit. I'm going to use the tip. And it's drywall here, and we're going to go ahead and put a little pressure and go ahead and drill just a little bit just to get it started. And we're going to do that on the other side too, just to get it started. And then the next step is to go ahead and use that little screw that I was telling you about, that drywall screw. You just go ahead and drill it right in there. And then once it's in, you want to kind of wiggle it back and forth and just kind of pull it out. And just use it as a little reamer and ream that hole bigger. And we're going to do that now to the other side. So we're going to go ahead and put the screw in there, and once again use that like a little file. Open up that hole bigger. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put those anchors into those holes. These are little plastic anchors, and just push them in. And then we have these two screws, which we are going to go ahead and screw in there. And go ahead and drill those puppies in. And we'll try not to be so clumsy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drill these in now. And when we drill them in, we're going to leave just a little bit of a space, a little bit of a thread there, so that we can mount the back plate of the CO detector properly. Okay, so now we can go ahead and just make sure that it works. There it is. We're going to go ahead and tighten them up a little bit. Only hand tighten them. This is just very slightly doing this. Don't tighten them too much because you'll crack it if you tighten it way too much. So now go ahead, and we are now going to go ahead and take that bracket, put it on the CO detector, and then we're going to go ahead and just slide them right into place. Just like that. So here's the smoke alarm, and we will pull it out of the box right now, and I'll show you how to assemble it properly. This is one of these guys that you get at Home Depot for about $5, $6. You take the mounting plate off just by unscrewing it and snapping it. You've got these two holes here where you're going to be attaching it with screws. And the battery is put in backwards when you receive it, so it doesn't start working until you allow it to. So you flip it around, you take this little red knob, You make sure that it lays underneath the battery. You just hold it down there with your thumb, get it out of the way, snap her down, and now you're all ready to go. Push it and test it. Make sure that it works. Now the mounting plate, now we're going to go and show you how that is done onto a wall. Now generally speaking, these smoke alarms are going to go on a wall way up at the top towards the ceiling of a bedroom. These go inside bedrooms, or you can put it attach it to the ceiling. So, like I say, just inside the doorway on the ceiling or on the wall, just inside the doorway as well. So, just for instruction purposes, we are going to just put it up on a wall, just to show you how it's done. So you get yourself that Sharpie. You don't have to make this one. You don't need the level here because it's round. Okay, now you've marked the spot. Now we're going to go ahead and do just like we did with the last one. We're going to use our Phillips head drill. We are going to use a little bit of pressure as we push it up into the hole. And once again, get that pilot hole started. And then the other side, give that a little go. And now we are going to go right back to that drywall screw which we used before, and just go ahead and drill that puppy in there, and then work it out so that we have a nice good size hole for the wall anchor, just like we did with the CO detector. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Same difference. Once again, ream it out. And now we get our anchors and pop those plastic anchors into the holes in the wall. And now we go ahead and get our mounting bracket, and we want to go ahead and get a screw and just go ahead and thread that first one in, get that going, and we'll get the other side up there. Get that going too, and now we can get our screwdriver or our drill. Remember, all we're doing is using that same bit over and over again. It's all Phillips head screw bit. That's the only thing we're using here. We're making it really simple. Okay, so now we are ready to go. The anchor is secure, and once again, don't over tighten it because you will crack the plastic. And now you just take that smoke alarm and just pop it on there and give it a little twist, and you're done. Give it a test, and we're doing good. Excellent. So there you have it. The smoke alarm has been installed. Now lastly, if for any reason you are stuck, you don't have electricity, you forgot your kit, you just met the appraiser is walking around the house and he needs to get a picture of this carbon monoxide detector, this is what you're going to do. Once you're done though, you're gonna fix it. You're gonna do it correctly later. But you're gonna save your client some money. You're gonna save the buyer some money by doing this. So here is one of these some mounting tape made by Scotch brand. You just take that. You take off the back of one side. You've seen these mounting pieces of mounting tape. They're kind of squishy. They're pretty. They work great. All right, we take the other side off. Okay, we approach the wall. We stick it on the wall, and you're done. Okay? He'll take a picture, he'll leave, and then immediately after he's done, we're going to take it off of the wall and we are going to do it correctly. We're going to make sure that it gets installed correctly. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me and learning a little bit about getting our fingernails dirty as agents and hanging up CO detectors. I want to invite you to my website at barrykessler.com where you can see more of my web posts. And if you are buying or selling real estate in the San Fernando Valley or in the East Ventura County, then we are here to help you. And I want to thank you very much once again for joining me. You have a great day.